Alright, so I'm finished with my battery box, and I have 3 excess power D925s, and I made the bus bars, and I used all Sky-Hi car audio 1/0 cable, and I just mounted it with a threaded rod, drilled holes in the floor, one here and one here, and then I used some aluminum flat bar to hold everything down. And on the back side of this flat bar I used some felt tape, so it's like long strips of felt are taped to the back side of this bar so it doesn't scratch the batteries or anything. And ran all my wires down through a factory hole in the floor. Obviously I had to cut the carpet, and then I filled it with silicone so it's watertight. So I'll show you underneath how that turned out. So there's my threaded rod, and I used all stainless steel hardware here and a big oversized washer to help distribute the load to make it even stronger. And there's one, and the other one is right here, and turned out really good. Luckily there were no cross members or wire harnesses or exhaust components or anything in the way of where I had to drill, so lucky for me, it turned out really good. Real happy. And this is where the wires come through. Like I said, there was a factory hole and it had a plug in it like this, but the hole was really big. It was 45 millimeters, so it's huge, and so it was nice and clean, and there's no jagged edges or anything, and it was just the right size to fit 4 1/0 cables through it without any problem. So it turned out really good, and like I said, it's completely watertight, filled with silicone, and so that's not going to leak or anything. And then I got a couple of grounds here, one there in the frame and another one there in the frame, and I used 3/8 stainless steel bolts and utilized factory holes in the frame so I didn't have to drill anything, which was also very fortunate. And here's the other side. So there's the 3/8 bolt and the washers, and that is really tight, so that's not going anywhere. And the reason I use stainless steel is because it reduces corrosion a lot better than most other metals, so hopefully that'll help. And then here's my other one. So yeah, there's a solid connection, real good ground, so that turned out good. And let's see, so then, oh yeah, and then I got a run of power and ground wires going up the top of the frame all the way up into the engine bay to my front battery. And yeah, it turned out really good. This is the battery box I made out of fiberglass, and then just finished it with Bondo, and then sprayed it with Plasti-Dip, and it turned out really good. So yeah, overall I'm real happy with how it turned out, and having 3 batteries instead of 1 really makes a huge difference as far as voltage and the recovery time. Like when the bass hits really hard, usually tends to drop down a volt or so, but not anymore. I mean, it barely goes below 14.5 volts now. And so anyway, let's turn on the voltmeter and see where we're sitting at resting voltage. 13.0, so that's really strong. Key off, engine off, 13 volts. You really couldn't ask for anything better than that. That's pretty good considering it's a 12 volt system, so I'm real happy with how that turned out. Anyway, that's it. I'm ready to go bumping. Alright, thanks for watching.